I think that Shetty overplayed her hand. I think when she went to the CIA, when she went to Grace Mallory, she thought Grace was going to be like, oh, this is great. We'll totally protect you. But instead, Grace Mallory is like, hey, you're a monster.
Yeah.
And like...
Welcome back to the break room. People won't stop dying on this show. But was the dramatic death of Dean
The
Shetty?
break room or the...
Sorry, that's a good point. Like,
Why do you think I'm here?
On Gen V.
we haven't seen some people in a while.
People won't stop dying on Gen V. But was the dramatic death of Dean Shetty at the end of this episode real? Or was it Kate's final push? We'll talk about that, all the new cameos, the Supe virus, and so much more on today's episode of Gen V Extra Credit. I'm Brandon Barrick. Who cares? Joining me today, for years, he's been claiming Supes don't have civil rights. It's Tommy Bechtold.
And I want to point out that a Supe virus sounds delicious and terrifying. Here, listen, everybody do your own research. If we're going to let these cape monsters run around swinging lightning bolts and healing up super fast, we need to have some measures in place.
That's right. That's right.
That's why I'm running for Speaker of the House. I've got the votes. I've got the votes.
He's got him.
I'm voting soul.
Vaught and Soul.
Also joining us today, she's got her own drawer full of different size underwear. It's Gina Ippolito.
Wait until you see the giant one.
I
Wow.
want to see the giant underwear.
She wears them over her head.
Just pulls them out like
She
this.
looks like an egg person.
And finally, he's got a pocket full of blank business cards. It's Jay Washington.
Yeah.
What do you drop some blood on these so you can see what mysteries they behold?
That's a great moment, right? That
I
she
love
gives
it.
him a blank business
I
card.
love that she has these to
Yeah.
hand out.
What a...
What a badass.
It's a badass.
Because
you got to figure out how to figure out what's on the card.
There's nothing on that card.
Figure out what's on the card.
It's the Dark Mark.
It
But,
was so
but you
good.
are confused long enough for her to pop your head.
Yeah,
It's
she
so
is.
good.
Yeah, I mean,
Put him in the boo box.
She did give the card, and he was like, "Oh, maybe something." Because I thought when his blood, I honestly thought when the blood dripped, it was gonna reveal
Thought
something.
it was invisible ink.
Yes,
That's crazy.
And what does it reveal? You're dead.
you're dead. It could. Would that have been?
I mean, she's like, right? We'll get into everything this episode, but like Victoria Neumann is just as bad as like Homelander.
She is just
and
as evil.
Everyone is bad.
She's
There
just
are
as
no
psycho.
good people on this show.
No, there is a good
Huey's-
person who we need
Huey's-
proof of life of in episode 8. Shasti.
Dusty. Where's Dusty?
Scrappy, come back!
Scrappy
Where's
now?
Dusty?
Scuzzy!
He'll show up when you least expect him.
Scuzzy, I know you're out there.
That's
It's gonna
his
be a
way.
party at the end of episode 8.
Yeah,
He's gonna be there like
He's just gonna be.
No, what it's gonna be is
flinging cocaine in that
they're,
seat.
they're all gonna be celebrating out in the quad, and then up in the sky, it's gonna be Scuzzy looking
the
down
sky?
on them. You know, I
like
was
the
with
Teletubby
you all
baby.
along.
Like the Teletubby baby.
And we pray and we pray and we pray and we every day, every day, every day.
Every
Now follow me, roll slow. Whether it's
Every episode.
What
we
about
gotta
the
do this.
episode
my easy terrible. Instead of keeping up with their family.
Exactly. How many days it got lasted? Oh, you laughing? They're blasting, passing away.
Now we owe royalties.
Yeah, we can't air this.
None of those
episode.
people still have lawyers. Let's go. We're one episode away from the end of the first season of Gen V, and we don't really want it to end.
That's right. We've really enjoyed doing this after show with y'all, and we want to keep covering outside. We want to keep covering shows outside of like the Marvel Star Wars universe. Is anyone gonna be watching Invincible? Should we be doing
Yeah, I'm ready.
Will be.
Let us know some of your most anticipated upcoming show in the comments below. And
What about
maybe
Ancient
we'll
Aliens?
Put together a little after show.
Great British Bake Off.
My favorite fiction show. I would do a GBBO show.
Of course
real
you
hard,
would.
real
Of course
hard.
I would do
I got a lot of
Naked
thoughts.
Attraction. I'd do F-Boy Island.
I would do Naked Attraction.
Oh, that would be fun to find Easter eggs because I bet I know where they're hidden.
They're called Keister eggs.
Oh boy.
Easter eggs.
Yeah.
Oh,
Uh-oh, there's a Keister egg.
Well, let's recap this episode real fast, and get into some of our big discussion points. In this episode, Vaught's disease has taken full effect and harrowing scene with one super infected student in a cell with freshly brought in students. That was like so messed up.
Yeah.
Like, don't try to breathe.
Oh, it's so gross.
Yeah, she was
it's
like, just
so
don't-
gross. And they're just barfing up fluids
Yeah,
everywhere.
yeah.
Gross.
Dr. Cardoza tries to push back against Shetty, but she's not having it, and she clearly wants to inflict full damage on the Supe population. At a diner, Kate sets up a meeting with Shetty, and Andre decides to go with her because no one trusts Kate. Poor Kate. I mean,
What you
a
mean,
lot of
poor
bad
Kate?
stuff. Well, she's been manipulated. The woman wasn't hugged for 9 years. She finally gets someone who like seems to love her and take care of her, and they're manipulating
Damn
her.
it, Brandon, I've been manipulated in relationships and the love, and I still am willing to be
I
trust.
just feel bad. Like, to sit at a table and hear all of your friends thinking shitty things about you is tough. It's tough.
Thank you,
It's tough
Tommy.
stuff.
Thank you, Tommy.
I would try and, if I knew Tommy could read my thoughts, I would try and just picture a monkey with a symbol in my brain the whole time. So that anytime Tommy peeks in there, he doesn't find out.
I've read your thoughts, and I'll be honest, I'm a little scared how often I'm up there. Let's go.
Marie tries to calm down Jordan about their distrust with Kate, but bond over everything that's going on. They realize to get the message of the woods out, they have to go to a trusted voice, quote, avowed superhero reformer, Victoria Neumann, who conveniently is holding a talk at Godolkin that very day. Emma leaves Sam in her room to like get rid of his clothes and get some food and all that, but he later hears noises from outside and hangs out with the other college Supes. Now this was some like classic like, especially that girl, that cute girl, like, hey, come slide with us. That's some like, I'm gonna trick you into going to youth group stuff.
And
right
he was like, should we be doing this? She was like, we're
Yeah,
Supes. We can do whatever we want.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And they're like-
that girl has killed many people.
Many people.
And once again, we see Rufus, who's always up to something.
He's lurking.
And he's like, no, you're gonna come with us to a
This
party that
man's
Emma's at.
penis is gone.
Yeah,
Does he just go? They had to have rebuilt it, right? Like,
You
Did
can
they build it
rebuild
better?
No.
Yeah.
Stronger?
like I mean, I'm sorry. Listen, when my penis exploded my freshman year of college,
Right.
I took the year off.
Yeah.
All right, I came
studies
back.
were done?
I came back smaller, stronger, faster.
Well, it's like suddenly there's this like new student that pops out of Emma's room that no one has seen before, but they're all just like, yeah, come with us. Emma's gonna be this thing. I think Rufus knows.
Yeah.
Sam.
Oh, I thought that was 100% a plant job.
Yeah.
Or he's just trying to red pill more dudes.
But-
into his
Yeah,
life.
But also-
that's what he's trying to do.
You see
He's
the
like,
hat he had on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's like, oh, another white guy?
Yeah.
Come with
Oh,
me,
I haven't seen you
young
before.
sir.
Come.
But I mean,
It was all very. He was very weird.
Rufus feels
He's
like an
always weird.
operative.
Yeah.
He feels like an industry plant the entire
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
Oh,
Rufus is like this.
absolutely.
So how do you feel about minorities?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good.
He's-
I love him.
he's
Can I
there
talk to you
so-
guys?
And Rufus
Sorry,
we
Gina.
saw talking to Dean Shetty, right, when Jordan and Marie were chasing him.
Right.
And they thought he was the one that pushed, but it was Kate, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But he was still talking. He might have a weird relationship with Shetty where she's making him do weird things. We don't know.
Maybe
We don't know.
maybe she's like, we have a soup with the power to like heal your genitals. I mean, I know. I mean,
Well, and it was
in
just
all
the head.
seriousness-
Tommy's real hung up on his ween.
Well, the poor
I'm
guy's
sorry.
dead.
The man is terrible. His penis popped.
Yeah.
Okay, it popped like a cherry tomato.
Yeah.
Ooh, delicious.
I feel like there's got to be a recovery.
They fixed Mr. Bobbitt's penis after he got his chopped off.
Mr.
Yeah.
Mr.
His
Bobbitt.
was
Bobbitt.
Dr. Bobbitt was his father.
His bobbit.
His was cut off at the base.
His was cut off at the base. His shit
Yeah.
wasn't exploded like
Yeah.
like.
But it
Yeah,
was just,
as long as you put
Like
that in
an
some
overcooked hot
icy,
dog.
you get that in some icy milk and get it to a hospital.
Icy
Fast.
milk?
yeah, you put it.
Is that a tooth?
That's a tooth.
Brandon knows.
Yeah. It's
Brandon
not a
knows.
tooth.
I don't think it has to be icy. So, back to the show. Marie and Jordan comb through Shetty's office, and they find out that Shetty's family died in the transoceanic Flight 37.
Oh.
This is the flight that Homelander and Maeve let crash. Before diving deeper, they're interrupted by Dr. Cardoza drunkenly walking in to drop a folder on her desk and pee in her whiskey
I
bottle.
love it. Someone's gonna drink that at some point.
Presumably a folder about the virus. Also, he didn't pee that much for a drunk guy.
Oh, it sounded like it lasted.
Oh,
a
it
while.
lasted a bit. It
The
filled up
bottle was
the
only filled that much. Again, more penis.
What do you want? You think you're
I
gonna
want
fill
more.
up an
I
entire?
want
You know what I'm seeing here? We got a lot of
I knew it. I
penis
knew it.
function
I knew it.
explainers
I knew it was coming. I knew it was
and two curious intellectuals.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm a man of science.
We've got two people that are absolutists about the functions of a cock, and we've got two people that have cock curiosities.
I mean, how much pee do you want in there,
I want
Brandon?
more.
Gallons!
We see,
An ocean's worth.
because there was already whiskey in there. I want more people.
It was light and yellow that too. He need to drink more water.
Yeah, he's not. Dr. Cardoza's not getting
He's
enough
been
water.
on a bender.
Yeah. We see who Shetty is meeting in the city. It's Grace Mallory from the Boys. So many cameos this episode. Shetty reveals her plan and is asking for Mallory's help to help keep
Hide
things
it.
hidden
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
everyone. But Mallory's kind of like cagey about it. Like, what are you doing? I don't know. After all, they both want the same thing, right? They both have lost people, but Mallory turns her away. It's genocide in her mind, and she kind of invokes Butcher, right? She's like, I knew a guy who let it obsess his whole life, and Butcher really has changed ever since, especially as like a superhero kid. He's like, well, maybe not all soups are baked. Maybe some soups can live.
Nailed
We gotta
it.
judge them soup by soup.
Cork zero.
But as Dean Shetty drives off, Mallory says to an unknown person on the other end of her phone line, "Did you get all that? Keep a close eye on her." We'll get to more about who that could be later in the episode.
And at Shetty's house, Andre reveals his full disillusionment with the Supe life to Kate, and the fact that he hasn't talked to his dad since mentioning the woods. They watch as Cameron Coleman from Vaught News interviews Polarity, who has a seizure on the air after stumbling on his lines. Yeah, that made me anxietal.
Yeah.
Chaos ensues, and Andre rushes to help him, leaving Kate alone. He makes it to the campus in time to get in the ambulance, and then there's a great scene where he tries to prevent Polarity from crushing the ambulance and killing the first responder, who I think was the worst responder for getting in there. I'm sorry. What part of your training says get in with the guy who can throw scissors at you with his mind?
Well, they're like, wake him up. You gotta wake him up.
Yeah, we're like, wake him up.
Wake him up. I can't wake up. Save me. Sam is brought to the Neuman talk, which is a heated conversation around Supe rights, as well as discussing the Homelander murder, which my prediction is Boys season 4. Season 4?
Season 4.
Season 4 opens up with a
Him on
like
trial?
Fox News segment where they're like, Homelander exonerated.
Yeah, he stood his ground.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, can you even if you have a trial, can you even lock Homelander up? How are you ever going to put him in
Well,
jail?
I think what they're going to do is establish these really far right, in this boys' world, relax Republicans, Homelander laws that are going to enable human beings, like normal unpowered people, to just start committing murders a la Homelander. Like they're going to start they're going to there's a huge uptick in self-defense murders because of Homelander that are all defended under these Homelander laws.
It's part of the defense too that he was defending his son.
Yeah,
It was
because the
standard
dude
ground.
threw something that hit his son.
Yes.
So he could. I bet he's just gonna say look, I have a kid. He's got to be my top priority.
As the father of sons,
He
as
hits
the
him with
brother
the whole
of
a time to
brother,
kill argument. Imagine if it was
as
your
the son
kid.
of a mother.
Yeah.
Outside of the talk, Jordan starts a fight with Justine, the influencer Supe. Love to see her getting her jaw knocked off.
Yeah.
Yo, that jaw was hanging to the side for a minute.
Yeah, first time
it
we
was like,
saw,
ugh.
first time we
But
saw whatever her powers are.
She's a healer, though. We were talking about how we
Right.
hadn't really seen a traditional quick speed healer,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So maybe she healed his
Kim-
dick.
We don't know if she can heal other
Yeah.
people, but
No,
possible.
Yeah.
I mean, if she
Jesus
was-
Christ, heal the sick, heal the dick. Listen to me. Kimiko can also heal super fast.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Was it through her blood or?
I think she was just really powerful.
But we've
because
never
she
seen a
can't-
healer who
you
could
can't
heal someone else.
Killed
right?
her. No. We've never seen that. Which you would absolutely have if this were a video game. There would be one person that could be like, I can quick heal you.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kimiko can't die because every time she's killed, she's like, I'm okay.
She just suck it up and
Yeah.
all right, here we go.
I'm all right.
It's also a power they gave to the X-Men Angel. It was part of his secondary mutation, I believe. He could give his blood to someone and it would heal them.
Oh.
'Cause he
Oh,
was such a
secondary
lame character.
mutation?
Yeah.
Move on.
Yeah. So during this fight, Marie is able to sneak inside, which inside's not going too well either. There's quite a fight going on in there with students chanting against Neuman and also fighting against themselves.
Supe's lives
Just
matter.
fighting everyone.
That was the greatest shit. I was like, yeesh.
Yeah. Well,
Blue Hawk did that.
We've
Yeah.
heard Supe Lives Matter before.
Blue Hawk?
Yeah.
Yeah, when he was
Not a great line,
when he was
folks.
apologizing to the community of the folks he had murdered.
When he was apologizing to black people, let's just call it for what it was.
Yeah.
He's not wrong.
Maria and Neuman sneak off real fast into a green room to talk, while Emma finds Sam in the crowd of protesting students and leads him away. He got red-pilled real fast.
Oh my
He's
God,
outside
immediately.
for 3 minutes. He has one beer and watches one
Yeah,
rally,
yeah.
and he's a Nazi all of a sudden.
Well, I mean, that's YouTube and 13-year-old white boys. Okay.
In a nutshell.
You know what? I agree. We will not be replaced.
Which was like, I was like, you will not replace us. I was like,
Yeah.
oh!
Well, that's
I mean,
obviously a take on
he's
Charlottesville,
lived a lot.
right?
He had sex with a puppet. He drank a beer. He
All
did
in 24 hours.
He did like a little ice.
He's had a
cream
wild
down
Next
the
thing you know,
hallway.
he's got a tiki torch, a Hawaiian shirt, and he's a boogaloo
And
boy.
some cargo pants.
They're like,
Hey,
put him
there's
back in
cargo
the woods.
pants don't make you a white supremacist.
No, that was the uniform.
It's what you have in the cargo pants.
Oh, okay.
Shetty returns home where Kate corners her with the facts. She's off her medicine and threatens Shetty. But Shetty fires back and tells Kate that it's almost time to leave and that she views her as a daughter. Kate reads her mind, but she's telling the truth. They embrace tearfully, and Shetty tells Kate she just needs her to do one last push. Kate, poor Kate, she just needs love, folks. We see another reunion of sorts between Neuman and Marie, who reveals that she's the one who's been watching over her as her benefactor. And why? Because they have the same powers.
Same
So
powers,
cute.
same
So Marie can be a
upbringing.
pimple popper.
So cute.
Yeah, same upbringing, both in Red River.
Yeah,
They got a
Marie
lot
doesn't
in
have to do the
common.
white eyes thing. as
That's
far
the
as we
only
know.
difference. Yeah.
That's
Well,
the main
I
difference.
wonder if the white eyes thing is
advance.
is it? Yeah,
Yeah.
is a secondary mutation.
Oh, I like that. I like that, Tommy.
Yeah.
Because Marie also can't head pop yet.
Not
she
yet.
Can, well, she can.
She can head
Yeah.
pop.
Head
She can
pop.
pop head pop.
She's popping
She
heads.
can-
Also, we learned that Marie can sense if someone has compound V in their blood. So
Called
we,
it.
So we must assume that Neuman can do the same thing now.
But she knew that she could, because
Yeah,
Neuman told
so-
her, she was like,
Yeah.
test my blood.
Yeah.
But that's an important thing to know, that like Neuman can also tell by like sensing if someone is
Yeah.
a soup or not.
Yeah,
So that's a good
but
thing
like
to
you
know
do
going
have to
forward.
hone it. I think
Right.
it's not like she's not just like walking through crowds.
Yeah, she wasn't doing it on her own.
style,
Yeah,
like touching people. I think she's got to be like, is Jay a soup? No. Is Tommy a soup? No, but something else is going on in there.
Yeah. Marie tells
Damn.
Marie tells Neuman about the woods, revealing that she now knows about the virus as well. Neuman plays it cool. She'll take care of it, but she's lying. She tells Marie that this is her shot to break out. Don't fuck up, is what she's telling Marie. Marie has potential for real power. She says, quote, 2 paths you have to choose. You can't have both.
Yes,
She's telling Marie, like, hey, just play along.
Yeah.
Just play cool. I'll be the vice president. You'll be, head of the 7.
Yeah.
We'll rule the world. She's giving her the Darth Vader speech, right?
Yeah.
Like, let's rule the galaxy together.
Join me, and together we shall
Yeah,
rule
we'll
the
overthrow
galaxy.
Vought and we'll rule this world. Andre stays with his father, but Marie, Jordan, Emma, and Sam arrive at Shetty's after getting a text from Kate. But Andre ignores this text. Will probably help in the next episode. Kate seemingly has a hold on Shetty, getting Shetty to reveal all the juicy details. Godolkin is a front. The school was built to find out how the soups tick, how to control them. We get the first mention of Charles Godolkin, who founded the school, a character from the comics who's awful.
Kitty Diddler.
Awful person from the comics. They finally get the full scope of the whole plan. She wants all the soups around the globe to die. She reveals to them that Homelander killed her family on the plane from season 1. Kate says that Shetty's last assignment was for her to go down to the woods and kill everyone, or have everyone kill themselves.
Kill everyone. She just said kill everyone.
Yeah. With all this new information out, Kate commands Dean Shetty to slit her throat, and she pushes Marie so that she can't stabilize the Dean with like her blood power. The Dean bleeds out with Marie reliving the death of her mother. We get like a lot of flashes there.
Yeah.
It seems like Kate and Sam have both been radicalized. Justice for all soups, because Kate's like, this is what she was doing. She's awful. We gotta, stop her, kill her. And Sam, who's felt most of the effects of the.
Speaking
this
of
woman-
felt,
Speaking of felt, he's like, yeah, kill her. What do we kill this
He's
woman?
like, go ahead, do it.
He's like, we're better than
Yeah.
everyone else.
Cardoza Dr. Cardoza thinking he's about to get the Nobel Peace Prize.
Yeah.
Oh, he was
delivers
new.
the virus to Neuman. He's whistling. He's having a great time. They think this is going to be compassionate control. Everything's going to be great. And then we get the good old Neuman head pop classic. Best needle drop of the show so far.
I
Off with her
mean-
head.
Oh my God!
Listen,
yeah.
listen. She really plays him like a fiddle. Like she's like, you're a good
She's
guy.
just like,
You're a
she's
good
milking
guy."
it,
After
baby.
he's like been experimenting on children.
You're so
horribly.
brave
Yeah,
to
yeah.
be a
Yeah,
whistleblower.
look at how brave
Look how
you
brave
are.
you are.
I was
So
happy about that
brave.
death.
I mean, he's a bad dude.
Yeah,
He's a bad dude.
I mean, he's a dead dude now.
Yeah. He's another one of many people in the Vought universe who's like taking the money and doing whatever.
Yeah, he's doing terrible things.
Terrible things. Let's talk about the biggest question I have from this episode. I don't know about all of you. Was that last scene fake? Was the big final push that Shetty was asking Kate to do, was it to go down to the woods and kill everyone? Or was it to fake this whole scenario to have our Gen V kids think that Shetty is dead?
I think it's fake, and I'll say this. I think that Shetty overplayed her hand. I think when she went to the CIA, when she went to Grace Mallory, she thought Grace was going to be like, oh, this is great. We'll totally protect you. But instead, Grace Mallory is like, hey, you're a monster.
Yeah.
And so she's got Cardoza sort of being like, I think I should tell Vought. The second Vought knows about this, she's dead. Like they don't want her to develop something transmissible that can kill soups. She's either dead by them or Homelander or some soup is going to kill her. So she knows she has one move left, and it's fake her own death and run away. And so she's like,
She's gonna run away with Kate.
I think she can take or leave Kate, but I think she said she's gonna like say like, hey, make it look like I'm dead. We'll cause a huge diversion on campus. During that diversion, I'm gonna run away. You'll find out maybe next season, maybe in the next episode. that I am alive because Andre will say something that jogs the memories of the others because he wasn't there. I think he'll be like, hey, remember that time we did this? And they'll be like, wait, what do you mean? I think that the fact that Kate says to Marie, I'm sorry you have to relive this, I think she killed Shetty in the exact same way, so it would leave more of an impression on Marie. I think it's all fake.
Well, and I also think to your point, Kate specifically won't let Marie use her powers because we know in Kate's mind their powers don't work.
They don't work.
Oh, yeah.
So she pushes her away in an act of like, no, let her die, but really it's like, no, let her live.
Also, Also, why would Shetty ask Kate to kill the people in the woods? That has nothing to do with her powers. She's like,
Kate could go down and say like, "Hey, fire breather, go burn."
She'll
this
tell
dude.
one person.
yeah,
She can tell one person to kill everybody else.
I get it. It just seems like it seems like at this point Shetty has no other moves.
And
I think she's got to fake her own death.
There's no pills. There's no medication. So Kate's power. Remember, Kate doesn't
she's
know
off her
how.
meds, right?
Kate doesn't know how powerful she is. But that's because she's on that medication.
I'm gonna go off my meds, see how powerful.
Too late. You've been off them. You've been off of them.
No.
But now that Kate's off of them, she doesn't have to touch anybody.
Yeah, you're
That's
right.
the thing. Kate doesn't have to touch. Kate has always believed it had to be this, or just skin to skin contact, which Tommy loves. Kate has always thought it was that until the meds stopped working, and then all of a sudden the meds stopped happening. Remember, she put them in her brain.
Yeah.
She can do shit without realizing she don't have to touch anybody.
Yeah, because in episode 6, right, when the mind thing started, if it started when Kate had like disappeared, she wasn't touching anyone.
No,
then, right?
you're right.
It could have started when they were carrying, but yeah, we know that. Also from the last episode, you know, she was hearing voices before, and we got confirmation this episode that, like, yeah, she can hear people's thoughts if she's not on that medication.
She's literally
Jean Grey.
She's Jean Grey.
Yeah.
She's Jean Grey.
Or like it's a version of whenever Professor X is like, oh, I'm
When
gonna
he's
make them
going crazy?
No, I think like when he makes them see whatever, he's like,
Oh, right.
I think she's making them see Shetty bleeding in the exact same way Marie did. I think even her bloody eye when they walk in is a fake. I think like it's not really there. I think she's making them see it.
She's making him think that she's pushing.
Yeah, because like
she's
for the
pushing
first
them.
time, because for the first time they draw attention to it. Like they're like, "Oh, your eye," but they've like never been concerned about it before. And she's like, "It's nothing. It's fine."
And it was only one because last time it was both eyes.
Yeah. Because
Yeah,
she's doing everyone
I
at
think
once.
it's all. I think that Shetty was like, "I need you to do one push," and the fact that they cut abruptly. I think that what she said was like, "We need people to think I'm dead." Because otherwise, everyone is gonna kill me. So I need you to do one final push on your friends so that they go out
Or
and
kill
spread
everybody.
the story.
Well,
They'll kill everybody, but if I'm dead, it'll save everybody else. Something to that extent too.
yeah. I mean, they know everything about the woods now. Well, Kate doesn't know everything about what's happening in the woods. With the
They know that
virus.
there's I think
We assume Jordan and Marie read the folder. That's why when Marie goes to talk to Neuman, she's like, "Here's what's happening. It spreads. It's blah blah blah. It's very dangerous." But the last time Kate was with the group, they're sitting at the diner and she's hearing all these awful thoughts they have about her, rightfully so. You know, they're hurt, but like Kate is someone who's so desperate for someone to love her. And the last moment we see her with Shetty before this final scene, she's like, "You really love me. You're not lying. Like you mean it."
Yeah, and she's so relieved when she sees that. And like the
So I could see
switch
how
is
she would
so
sweat.
abrupt.
Yeah.
Also, Grace Mallory says to whoever's on the phone, keep an eye on her. I don't think they would start that thread and then kill her immediately. I think like in next season, someone will be like,
You think she makes it out of this season alive, Shetty?
I think she does, but we maybe don't find out until next season.
I think she dies.
I don't know.
You think it's all real?
I think so. I don't think the push is real,
Oh.
but I do think she'll die in episode 8.
Oh, so she's alive now, but we'll see
Yeah,
her
but
be
she's
dead?
alive for real now.
Well,
But
we'll pretty much agree that Shetty, that was fake, it wasn't real.
yeah,
Is there an argument to be made that was legit and that actually happened and now we gotta see what we
I
do
mean,
with
that's
next?
some real brutality by Kate, right? Like that's.
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean,
And
like,
she's been the most
so
docile-
manipulated by this woman.
Yeah.
so it's possible.
yeah, but she didn't have to kill her that way.
I guess it's no, but I guess it is possible that when Shetty is saying "I love you," because she's like, "I really love you," and then Kate's like, "You're telling the truth," and then you see relief wash over Shetty's. So maybe Shetty was lying, and Kate was like, "Oh, you're telling the truth.
Yeah,
I'm gonna kill you." Yeah,
so
so
she-
you got me.
yeah, exactly. Because like Shetty is just like, "I really love you," and then Kate's like, "You're telling the truth," and she's like, "Oh, thank God."
Oh, thank God she
Thank
believed me.
God she bought it. But I
Yeah.
think Kate was like, "You lying bitch."
It would be pretty gutsy if they did kill off Shetty here, that was real, and we'll see how the the show ends without her around.
Well, remember, Kate is the one person that didn't want to be a crime fighter. Mm-hmm. She didn't want to do. She just wanted to go into hero management. Mm-hmm. And this is the one girl who's look. We can see Marie can snap off and kill people.
Right.
Andre kept from having the ambulance end up like the Ocean Gate sub. Then you had because that's exactly what was about to happen. That thing was, okay. Jordan, they can do things if they really wanted to hurt somebody. They can. Everybody can. Kate's been the one person that's been trying to be like, I don't really want to deal with all this. I'm just trying to go into this really easy. But that's the docile one. And they always say the most docile ones, when they snap, they're the ones that snap. Yeah. And she probably was like you said, so, oh, bitch, you thought this was a game. You said you're the first person that loved me. My mother didn't, and I let you believe it. Okay, cut your throat.
I mean, I will say, I do think all hell is gonna break loose in this last episode. Brandon brought up the fact that we've seen the metal bars on the windows. We've seen things to keep Supes controlled. I think all hell is gonna break loose. I think we're gonna see those in action. I think Homelander's gonna show up because I think they already had a Soldier Boy cameo. The only one bigger. I think it'll either be Homelander or Butcher because, you wouldn't, at this point, we've already seen the Deep this season. We've already seen Maeve. We've seen A-Train.
Most of the cameos we've seen.
Or Starlight is coming in.
Yeah, most of the cameos we've seen, they talked about before the show started.
Yeah.
We knew Jensen Ackles was going to show up in the show.
We
knew the Deep was going to show up. But
I think all hell is going to break loose, and then they're going to, have to be like, shit, is Homelander the only one that can stop this? He's going to swoop in and kill some kids!
Some young adults.
He won't care either.
They're voting.
No, but I think it's his way to gain public support. Yeah. If you say all hell was broken loose on this college campus, blame it on a few people and say Homelander saved the day.
Rufus is your support.
That's good PR.
And Rufus is your voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think they'll pin it on someone. Maybe Sam. Maybe they'll pin it on Sam and be like, "Oh, this dangerous criminal escaped from the woods."
And they'll say he was Golden Boy. They'll actually say, because remember, they sat there and they spent the whole tale on Golden Boy. He was a drug user, all this stuff. He Golden Boy went psychotic, but now he has a psychotic brother.
Yeah, all hell is gonna break loose. Students are gonna die. We're gonna see the Supes be locked down. Not going to be enough to do anything, and then I think Homelander is going to make a cameo and save the day, and then in season 4 of The Boys he's going to be like, I'm the guy who saved a college campus.
I do want to see if that does happen. I do want to see Homelander and Sam fight, just for Homelander to realize, oh shit, this hurts, and it's not a
when he fought Soldier
when he fought Butcher.
Oh yeah,
remember when Butcher first hit him, he was like, "What did you do?"
Yeah.
But you're on a Supe campus. Homelander doesn't ever think there's going to be a Supe as strong as him.
Right.
Yeah.
The only one that they believe is going to be strong as him is Ryan.
Yeah.
But
that's true.
And remember, we talked about it last episode. They were using Sam to make Luke stronger, which means Sam is strong on his own. But like we keep saying, cuckoo.
Well, yeah.
I want Ryan's blood.
Delicious.
Get it?
Tasty.
What do we think Neuman's going to do with the virus now that she has
the same thing Shetty want to do?
Well, I don't know. This is very dangerous because it could kill Neuman. It could kill Neuman's daughter.
Yeah. I think she's not going to destroy it because she's always got a contingency plan, but she is going to keep it and not tell anyone. I think she's always got a backup plan, and this is going to be her backup plan. If Homelander or anyone ever threatens her,
that's who it's
I think she's too smart to destroy it.
Yeah.
But I think she's also too smart to release it and risk her own safety.
Yeah. Because if you you diluted it a little bit, you made it less contagious. You have a Supe, you have him in a room, you give it to him, and you have it sealed off for 3 weeks or something let it run its course. That you can control that Supe
for mid-season.
You don't want it to spread out of that room.
But I think the second she shares it with anyone, she's in danger because the second bot knows it exists, they're gonna be like, oh wait, what? Another way to control the Supes. So I think she's too smart. I think she's gonna keep it in her little hope chest.
But it's for her against, because remember, there's only one person she's afraid of, and it's Homelander. Edgar's out the picture. Remember, she loved Edgar like a father, but
he's in jail, right?
He's in jail technically, or is he waiting trial?
I think I can't. I mean,
He's
I know
ousted
he was
from the
ousted
company.
from the company.
It seemed like Neuman betrayed him, but they could still be working together. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, he's a rich dude. I don't think he'll see prison time, but they'll probably be like,
he'll go to a resort.
Yeah, you need to make a donation.
He's certainly not going to see any of those prisons that have riots.
What kind of riots?
Nerd riot. Shut. Be sure to check out nerdriot.shop, where you can always grab the latest and greatest of new Rockstars gear. Right now, you can check out our new line of merch inspired by the original trickster himself, Low Key. Here we have our later skater shirt. Gina's got a museum. Gina's a work of art. And Jay, well, we love Jay. Support our channel and check out our great merch options over at nerdriot.shop. Just kidding, Jay. You look great in your Mobius jet ski. Jay!
Sorry.
My spectacles! Jay, I don't have vision insurance anymore.
You wouldn't elbow a man with glasses, would you?
Jay, you look amazing. The only reason I was mean is because you make this Mobius jet ski shirt look far better than I ever have. So my question to you, Jay, what's going on with Polarity?
Well, which Polarity are we talking about? Are we talking about Polarity Senior or Junior?
Polarity Senior. Andre will never use the Polarity name.
I think he will.
Oh, you think he will?
I think he will because of what's happened to his father.
Okay, is this going to turn things around?
Think about it. All of a sudden, he didn't give a shit about his daddy.
Right by his dad's side.
He didn't give a shit about his daddy. His daddy could have died as far as
he call his dad like Vought's lapdog?
His like their bitch and all that.
Yeah.
He couldn't care less about him. And now all of a sudden he watched his dad have a seizure on air and took off running.
Do you think Kate pushed him to leave it all?
I think that was genuine.
Okay.
I think she wanted all of them there. I think either Kate is telling the truth and she wanted all of them there to be like, look, I'm on your side. I just made this bitch slit her throat. Or she wanted all of them there so that she could
get him out of the picture.
So that she could be like, oh, pretend I killed this woman. And I think he's gonna end up being a loose thread that she didn't plan on.
And I think what's happening. I'm sorry, Tommy. What's happening with him though, with Polarity? Possibly why he stopped being a Supe. Why he stopped being a hero.
Because he was never officially on the 7.
He was never officially.
No.
But you start having seizures, and when you have seizures, you can't control your magnetic fields.
Yeah.
This is something that's been happening, that he found a way to just chill back, but pressure and stress and everything. Because remember, he started getting questioned. When Andre asked him different things, he was cool. When a dude asked him, Tucker Carlson Light asked him, all of a sudden he starts spazzing out.
Right.
I think they're doing the old Professor X thing where like
from Logan.
Where he had basically like dementia and could no longer control his powers.
He blew up the X-Mansion.
Killed a bunch of people. I think that this is like, oh crap, what happens when a Supe? I think maybe what's happening to his brain has to do with his powers because Professor X, wasn't it sort of like, oh, like he had these powers, he sort of used them too much and stressed his brain.
Right, yes.
I think Polarity's been stressing his brain, and I think he's gonna go Professor X, and at some point people are gonna be like, what do we do? Do we
Could it
kill
be
him?
like a side effect of like V? You know,
Maybe.
We've seen that like Soldier Boy, Stormfront. They lived for a long time, but they were also like super soldier. Style. If his power manifestation is only the magnetic thing, and he's not healing well. His brain is just like deteriorating.
Again, magnetic waves will mess up your brain.
Should he have a copper bracelet on? Would that help with
that?
He
needs to ground
Tommy John's bracelet, ladies and gentlemen.
Need some negative ions or something like that. Some alkaline water.
I'm gonna get you some alkaline water.
Okay,
with a pH of +9.
Perfect.
I heard you just have to steam your vagina and then your brain will be fine. I think Gwyneth told me.
Gotta get one of those.
I don't consider me steaming tonight. Hey, you know, whenever I make a phone call, someone always picks up.
Right.
And there's one other character that we can say the same for, Grace Mallory. She made a phone call. Who was on that line? I mean, the obvious call is Butcher.
We did have an invocation of Butcher, right? She's obviously talking about Butcher when she's like, I know a guy who...
Butcher!
But wouldn't it be too obvious?
It would be weird to have Butcher on the phone, because this doesn't seem like Butcher's problem. And whoever it was, they're like, keep an eye on her.
Frenchie or MM?
I think...
But we haven't seen them around campus.
You don't...
I think it is Butcher. I think she still has Butcher like on the back burner to do the dirty work. And I think she was basically like, I think we might see Butcher in the finale too. I think it's more likely we'll see Homelander.
Okay.
But I think like this has got to be, if it is Butcher, it's got to be real intriguing to him.
Yeah.
And also Butcher now knows, along with Huey, that Newman is a Supe.
Right.
They know
That's
Newman.
right.
They knew all last season though.
Yeah. Well, they really. I don't think they really found out.
Huey knew.
Huey knew the whole. Yeah, they knew the whole season.
Because
Right.
Huey and Butcher were
He saw,
fighting.
and they saw the hole when she blew up her friend's head.
Yeah.
So they knew. So to know that the dean of the college is up to killing Supes, and Butcher now has this slight change of heart.
Hey, well, he had a relationship with Maeve. He's come around on
which
Starlight.
that'll change my life anyway. You have a relationship with Maeve. Let me tell you something. Maeve broke him up. This is how messed up Butcher is. Butcher had a wife who was unfortunately assaulted by Homelander, was told she was killed, had a kid. She comes back, the kid kills her by mistake.
Yeah.
He ends up hating all Supes.
Yeah.
Bones Maeve eventually when he gets superpowers, just for Maeve to go back with the other girlfriend.
Right.
Butcher can't win for
It's
losing.
a real roller coaster.
Well, he learned, he's got a son. I'm sure he doesn't want this virus getting out. It could kill his son.
Yeah, but I do think
his adopted son or his wife's son.
I do think he would clearly be intrigued by anything that could weaken a Supe or could depower a Supe. I think that anytime Mallory has something particularly dirty that she doesn't want to deal with, she shoves it off on Butcher.
Yeah.
And I think this is an example of that. I think he was the one on the other line.
It'd be interesting to get a reveal that someone at the school is working.
Also, Butcher doesn't have Ryan
Is a
anymore.
mole?
Butcher doesn't have Ryan.
Right, but I think he still cares because Ryan is the living memory of
Rebecca.
his
Yeah,
wife.
she is, but however, Ryan's
Ryan's turned into a little Nazi though.
Yeah.
he's
Ryan's
turned
a
into
problem.
a little Nazi. So to an extent, he would let that go if it meant Ryan started becoming as powerful. Because remember, the whole thing was Ryan could be the only one who could stop his father. And if Ryan starts acting like his dad,
That's a problem.
That's a problem.
If he starts stunting like his daddy, we're gonna have to
Stunting like
shut
his
him
daddy, stunting like. Shouts out everybody. I don't think y'all understand the hip hop references that are coming out of Tommy Bechtold. God damn it! I got to give so much credence and credit. We started off this doing the Crossroads. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, this was the penultimate episode. We got one more episode left titled The Guardians of Godolkin.
Ah!
Adorable.
Oh, yeah.
Let's make some final predictions. What are your final thoughts about this final episode? One thing I want to see. I want to see Emma get big again.
I hope she gets big again.
I want to see big Emma.
Yeah.
This is the scene I want to see. Like you said, chaos on campus. The metal bars are coming down into code red, whatever. Emma's running to go somewhere, and she runs by the mess hall. And then she stops. And she
Pizza bagels.
And we get like a nice, music montage of her just.
Oh, I want
Jackie's
it.
a punk,
I want
Judy's a punk, and she's just shoving food down her face, and then like Ant-Man in Endgame bursts out of the cafeteria.
Just titties.
Just making his house.
She's smushing people with those titties.
Yeah.
Right.
Can you bet? That's the
She
death
picks
I
up
want.
Sam and
Kill
puts him on
me
her
with a
shoulder.
titty.
Yeah, I think
go
all
with
hell
that.
is gonna
I'd
break
go with
loose.
that.
I'd go with that.
Exactly
I'd go that
everything
way.
that you just said. I think that our original Guardians of Godolkin. I think Jordan.
Yeah. Is Sam a lost cause? Has he been red pilled?
I think he's gonna go through some things. But
I think he's gonna die.
Our original Guardians, the three original Guardians who helped stop Golden Boy, Jordan,
Andre, and Marie.
Andre. I think it's gonna be all hell breaking loose on campus. The three of them are going to actually be the Guardians of Godolkin, save it. But I think Homelander's gonna come in at some point. I think hopefully we see Kate get big.
Emma get big?
Emma get big.
I know.
I think Kate's gonna do some evil stuff.
Yeah. So if Dean Shetty's still alive,
Yeah.
does she survive this episode?
Nope.
The final episode?
I think she's gone. And we don't find
She
out
gets away.
until. Yeah, I think she gets away and I don't know if she takes Kate with her or if everyone
she's
has
useless
to.
without Kate. I think.
Maybe now that Kate is supercharged, she's one of the ones that causes all the chaos. Also, there's still fucking weird Supes in the woods.
Yeah, there's still
maybe
kids
they
down
get
there.
out. Maybe they get out, or maybe they get killed.
Remember, the virus is in the woods.
It's true. There are infected kids.
Right, because they're infected kids out.
But it's not the aerial virus. It only spreads through blood.
through blood.
Yeah.
they
Which
need
is
to touch,
who is
right?
two people that control blood. Because all that has to happen is one to get out and die.
That's true.
And Marie just started using their blood.
Marie can't play her hand too much because
Yeah.
Newman knows that she knows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But I do think we'll see Marie do something cool that we have. I think this whole season, every episode, we get a little bit more of her powers.
Yeah.
I think she's gonna do something this last episode that she's never done before. Whether that's depowering Supes by tearing that, or maybe if there's a massacre, there's just blood lying around, and she's oh, the
turns
blood.
into a kaiju or something
Yeah.
like that.
She gonna make carnage out of blood.
Oh,
But
I
again,
love it.
that
I
blood can
love
be
it.
around, and that blood can be one of the students in the woods.
Yeah.
From the woods.
Yeah. You're right.
I think with Sam radicalized and Kate kind of on his
Gosh.
side, and Kate kind of agreeing with him, I think they're both going to. I think Homelander is going to be in this episode, and I think they're going to think Homelander is there to save them because they're on his side, and then he's just going to both of them.
Listen,
because Sam is a threat to Homelander.
Yeah. Poor Emma started the season riding a big old wiener and not really liking it, and she finally got a boyfriend. Yes, he's insane. I hope for her sake. Yeah. I mean, there's no happy endings in the boys, right?
What if Sam starts going crazy? He's radicalized, right? And Emma needs to stop him, so she eats a lot. She can't hold him down. What if she puts Sam inside her?
Oh.
Oh, Jesus. All right, let's talk about who our number ones are in this episode.
Eat Sam.
Oh, she has a sandwich?
She's like, I'm so sorry I have to do this.
A sandwich.
I was too far with the putting Sam inside. That was.
Well, yes. Too far, I think so.
Why? Why was that too far?
They can't show that on him.
I mean, maybe he'll be responsible for some of the carnage, and we'll get another puppet scene.
Yeah, another puppet scene.
We do need one more puppet.
Another puppet scene.
We need a puppet scene.
What was the puppet budget for Gen
Dusty? Are we going to see Dusty, our good friend Dusty in this last episode?
Please, Shiesty, be alive.
Dusty is doing all of the drugs.
Dusty. What about
Scuzzy, I love you.
Was what we saw in episode 7 enough with Marie's sister? Do we think we'll see Marie's sister in this episode?
I don't think this season we'll see
No,
her.
yeah, I think that's a season 2.
It's going to be like a season 2.
Yeah.
Does the school survive? Is there a good university?
I think it's going to be destroyed. And if there is a season 2 of this show, I think they're going to make a big deal about like, hey, like this. Look at this school. We're reopening it. We put someone else in charge. It's a safe place for you.
They're gonna change the name.
I could even see. Oh, that's.
They're gonna change the name. It's not gonna be Godolphin.
It's gonna be not murder college.
I can see the last moments of the episode being the media cover up of what happened at Godolphin, and then Godolphin announces semester closure and reopening as Homelander U or whatever.
Because think about it, the whole thing started. This whole season started with We're so about diversity here. We're all. It's just been this big brochure for them, right? So what better way to bring all the way back around than a whole new brochure of a new rebranding?
Right.
But the school still hasn't changed.
Well, and Victoria Neumann could use this opportunity to have the government come take control of the school.
Yeah,
but it's really her, and she keeps the woods open.
Yeah.
She keeps doing experiments down there
to try to figure out how to control that, to fix the virus.
Or Vought could outwardly take control, because before they were sort of in the shadows, not really running it. But they could put someone, maybe other Ashley, in
once
charge
they start hearing exactly what's going on, because Vought doesn't pay too much. They're just who's the top ones?
Yes, Evan.
Before we kind of wrap it up here with our number one, can I share my prediction for
the
episode?
What's your prediction for the last
I think
episode?
that I do believe there's some meat on the bone, so to speak, of the theory that the last scene of this episode was fake. I think Kate is going to be blind. I think she's going to use her powers so much, whether it's what the scene was fake or something else in the last episode, that she's going to go blind, and that she'll have to only rely on how people talk to her and what she can read going forward. And
maybe she can use Shetty as a puppet. She can see through Shetty or something
because her powers are that strong.
Yeah. I mean, that's some Madam Web stuff, right?
Because if Shetty is still alive and is partnered up with Kate, at this point, all the cards are on the table, so Shetty's got to do whatever Kate wants.
Does she call
Kate's
her?
Never gonna take medicine again.
Does she call her Machete?
Machete. As we do every episode here on Gen V Extra Credit, we're gonna rank our number one student this episode, or regular person. I don't know. Who's your number one this episode? Who takes the number one? Who wants to go first?
Rufus. No, I'm just kidding. I think I want to give a pretty special award to someone that I don't think we've often ranked as our number one student.
Let's do it
in this episode. I can't think of any of them. I was stalling. Hang on. Let me think.
The Iceman.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I know, again, not a student. 2 weeks in a row, I picked not a student.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it to Victoria Neumann.
Oh, that's what I was thinking.
Because first of all, she took out that awful doctor in the most glorious way ever. Gave him a blank card.
Blank card is so
right before he said it's a little dry in here. Popped in his head mid-sentence. And also because I do think it's cool, whatever her ulterior motives, She knew if she hadn't stepped in, Marie would be in that much worse facility,
Yeah.
wasting away. And she was like, I see a little something of myself in you. You also killed your parents.
Yes.
Took her under her wing. And also then she was like, look at what I can do with my blood. And sort of taught her a new way. And I think that's cool.
Yeah.
Mine is kind of an unsung hero of this episode.
Okay.
It's Blue Laser Eye guy who lasers the banner down, causing the panic. Blue Laser Eye, you're my new number one.
Blue Laser Eye student. Great job. I like the Banshee student.
Yes!
Just,
Yes!
I never liked Banshee in the X-Men comics. I always thought the power was weak. I think flying by shouting is very strange.
Yeah.
I do like that, like a boy tries to touch her
Yeah,
and she's like, get away, bitch, and like yells at him.
Yeah.
And he's like, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Just like some fun, like, we don't know what their powers are. She's got purple eyes.
They just threw some random
green.
bounce.
There's green smoke.
They're like, we'll do it in After Effects, don't worry. Everyone just
we'll
run
figure
around.
it out
Every once in a while, everyone just throw your hands in the air. Like,
Everybody just do something.
Or
Just-
Claire.
Yeah.
Claire real hard.
Yeah.
Can Evan, we're all gonna do something that you can add stuff in post.
Okay, what is it? Oh, laser eyes?
Yeah.
Ah, my genitals! Titties!
That's your superpower?
Who's
You
your
just
number one,
yelled?
Jay?
Victoria Neumann.
Yeah.
Yes.
What an episode.
Because she came in and was like, I've been pulling strings whether you realize it or not. There's a reason I'm pulling strings.
I'm the puppet master.
I've been playing a game since I decided to try to become vice president.
Right.
To run for vice president. I know more than likely I'm gonna get it. Cause like the ticket I'm running on is pretty much like a given. So now, like you said, I have here in the vice president, Marie, I need you to be here in the 7.
Yeah.
So I think it's Victoria Neumann, even though she's not a
It's a
student.
good plan. It was a good plan.
She's making a cabinet. A blood cabinet.
Also, she kept her cool. Like, everyone's like yelling at her, and they're like, you don't care about
Oh,
soup.
she was so-
If that were me, at some point I'd be like, I'm a soup, you guys, okay? And
No,
sit down.
she's like,
And
no problem. Let me
cool
put my
as a
sunglasses on.
cucumber.
That's the thing. Remember, like that was the thing I was expecting her to do. To be quite honest,
yeah.
I was because she was
No,
so
she keeps it
calm.
cool.
She was so calm. I was like, oh, she
playing the long game.
She finna blow
Yeah.
somebody's fucking head up. Like
I thought
somebody
she was gonna blow the newscasters.
Yo,
No, she's
he's
chill.
gotta go eventually, right? Or no?
He's a puppet. He's a Vought puppet because Vought is paying for dissent.
Yes.
They don't want it to get too anti-soup. They don't want it to get too pro-soup.
No, eventually Vought will fire him and he'll start his own website called The Flame. And
Yeah.
he'll be even more like radicalized.
Yeah,
over there.
By the way, I'm always pro soup. Minestrone, macaroni,
broccoli cheddar.
Italian wedding. Ooh, the breading.
I do think Victoria Neumann was a great number one. I'm gonna boost up my girl Kate again.
Yeah,
She's
Kate-
so powerful. I love her.
Kate was
You
great.
just like tiny white women.
I love tiny white women.
Who doesn't?
I will say when everyone showed up at the house and she was standing there, I was like, someone get Kate a sandwich, please. She's so skinny. I'm so worried about
It's
her.
not. You don't get to police her body.
I know,
baby.
and I shouldn't say that. But
I'm
she
so
just
sick
looks
of everybody on
I mean,
this show.
she's not skinny enough to wear those tiny animal panties, though.
No, she
Yeah.
can't wear the tiny.
But
the
she
fact
can-
that
yeah,
Emma
but
got
she-
him in the same type
I
every.
love it. I love it. She's so organized.
The middle size was a little I don't want to see like Lollipop Guild
Yeah, it was like,
version of.
Hello, I'm Emma.
It's a weird version.
We represent the Lollipop Guild. All right.
But that's her vagina singing it.
Oh,
Evan,
God.
do you?
That's her deep guilt. You know what I'm saying?
Evan, do you have a number one for this episode?
Yeah. My number one, going back to my favorite, Jordan, because for all the talk of how smart Jordan is, they just decided to cause a distraction by punching
I did
someone.
like that.
Yeah.
Justice.
You did think it was going to be really elaborate.
Yeah,
like they
yeah,
were like,
yeah. I
I'll
did
cause
love-
a distraction. It's like, what are
Yeah.
they going to do? Like set multiple
Yes.
tiny fires, and then
Yeah.
they're just
And
like,
Emma's,
hey,
Emma's not a long-term friend for her. She just kind of met Emma and is like got to know her, and she's like, "Did you say that shit about Emma?" Bam! I was
yeah,
like, "Yes,
yeah.
yes,
Again, the jaw that just went.
girl."
The good old Indiana Jones
Also,
move. When in doubt, just punch.
We've
Yeah,
been
yeah.
waiting for that girl to get punched
Yeah,
since the
yeah.
first episode.
I
She
helped
gave her a
her.
platform.
I gave her a platform.
Suck on this platform. Pa-pow!
Well, that's it for us today. Make sure to subscribe to the Breakroom channel here on YouTube. And give us a follow on Twitch where we go live every weekday at 3 p.m. for more videos like this. We're so excited for the last episode. We'll be back to talk about it after it airs. We can't wait. Let us know what you thought about this episode. If you have questions, if you have thoughts about the finale, maybe we'll shout them out next week. Have a great rest of your day. We'll check you next time. Late. Let's get you.
Goodbye. I love you so much. Goodbye. I love you. Goodbye. I love you. I love you.